Well, welcome everyone, and it's my tremendous pleasure to welcome Mayor Tau and his team. He's promised me if I ever get the pronunciation wrong, he will correct me. The mayor, as I said to him earlier, represents one of the truly great cities of the world. There are relatively few of us that have these truly large, diverse, vibrant global centers. And in Johannesburg, the mayor leads one of the undisputed centers of the earth. And we therefore have immediately a sense of commonality in terms of the issues we face, in terms of our desire to share ideas, but more than just ideas, to actually support each other in every way we can. And I've told the mayor that we welcome him and offer him anything that New York City has to offer in terms of the work we're doing with our city government and how we can share our ideas and our expertise and our personnel to help support his initiatives, and vice versa. I think, Mr. Mayor, you'll agree I've been very open about the fact that if you have a good idea, I'm going to immediately take it and try and do it here. And so we appreciate that spirit of sharing ideas, sharing personnel to see what we can do to help each other's cities. The relationship between New York City and Johannesburg is a long and deep one. Between New York City and South Africa as a whole, it's a long and deep one. I mentioned to the mayor my own experience when I was working on the staff of Mayor Dinkins the day that Nelson Mandela came to City Hall shortly after his release from prison. One of the most extraordinary days in the recent history of New York City. And we felt then a sense of not just commonality, but shared purpose, and that New York City could help in our way to propel forward the struggle for freedom and progress in South Africa. And I know New Yorkers felt not just solidarity, but a sense of responsibility. It was, if we could help, we had to help. And I think we feel that mutually today, because we're facing so many of the same challenges, that we want to help each other. We think it's a natural thing. Now, Mayor Tau has, in my view, put forward an incredibly impassioned vision and progressive vision for Johannesburg, like New York City. Johannesburg has its challenges. New York City, everyone on earth knows, has its challenges. But the question is not how many challenges we face, but how bold is our vision. I think the mayor's provided a very bold vision. I want to quote you in front of you. One line you said jumped out to all of us. There's a quote: "We continually strive to become an equitable, non-racial, prosperous, non-sexist, and just society." When I saw that and my colleagues saw that, we said we immediately could recognize those sentiments as our own. And that's what we're trying to do here in New York City as well. I think we have a shared progressive vision for addressing the challenges, what we would call here income inequality, but what clearly translates in both places as a challenge of lack of economic access and a challenge of poverty that has to be addressed, often at the local level. We always appreciate the work and the support of other levels of government, but all mayors immediately recognize that we have to achieve a lot of this as best we can on our own with our own people. And certainly that's what the mayor is doing in Johannesburg. We talked today about our often mutual vision on issues like affordable housing, public safety, community empowerment, early childhood education. A lot of commonality about what we're focused on, a lot of commonality in terms of the types of approaches that we're trying to use. I'm very struck and very admiring of the mayor's focus on community empowerment and community entrepreneurship. It's an idea I think that is powerful, and if it can be applied widely in a place like Johannesburg, will have an impact internationally as a new model that I think will draw attention and will be copied in other places, because it could be one of the most important things we do to lift people up economically. So just to say, Mayor, that we welcome you. We're thrilled you're here. We consider ourselves partners. And that long, deep tie between New York City and Johannesburg is ready to take a new step and a new phase. And we're here to support your great initiatives in any way we can. Please.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everybody. I'd like to thank Mayor de Blasio for welcoming us to New York City and for giving us the opportunity to interact and share areas of common interest. I did say to the mayor that when the American ambassador came to the city of Johannesburg, he said, "You have to make sure you go to New York to meet my good friend, Mayor de Blasio," and certainly indicated that we would be able to establish a mutually beneficial relationship between the city of New York and the city of Johannesburg. Johannesburg remains the epicenter of economic activity on the African continent. It is the economic heartland of South Africa, and certainly the springboard to the rest of the continent. And we believe that that is the area of commonality between the city of Johannesburg and the city of New York, and that there would be so much to learn from each other and to be able to share and create opportunities for economic, social, cultural exchanges and investments in our respective cities and countries, and to create opportunities. We've had a successful visit to the city of New York. We signed an MOU last night with one of the partners that would be coming into South Africa to re-establish a university and training young people in the city of Johannesburg. So we're quite excited about the prospect of working with your city. Of course, I think I should say that the fact that New York has established in certain areas best practice, it is for us to tap into that best practice, the opportunity to tap into the knowledge base that the New York Police Department is certainly well appreciated from the city of Johannesburg, and we certainly would want to take those lessons into building our city and creating greater and safer communities in our city. So we're really looking forward to taking lessons from the New York Police Department and taking them to our city and improving the quality of life of our citizens and creating equitable access to the people of Johannesburg, to their city. Public safety is an important issue for us because if you don't feel safe, you can't access the city, you can't access public spaces, you can't walk your city, you can't access what you'd want in an urban environment. So for us, the opportunity to be able to learn and to take lessons from NYPD into the Johannesburg Metro Police Department is greatly appreciated. And also, of course, in relation to the social housing initiatives, we would be, from the 1st of July, taking over responsibilities of direct subsidies from the national government for housing projects, and therefore we're having to rethink our housing policies and programs and become innovative in how we deploy those resources to maximize opportunities for, in particular, lower income households in our city. And we're looking forward to taking the lessons that you've had here and the successes and continuously interacting with yourselves and learning from each other and building Johannesburg into a great city that it is. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Your colleague wants to finish. You ready for you?